Today, I'm going to show you some lesser-known versions of Bladee songs. I've labeled this as an iceberg, but I wasn't really sure how to lay it out like an iceberg, so I've split it up into album eras and added in color keys, so it's easier to follow. A green border is information that is pretty well known. A yellow border is information that isn't so well known, but still fairly common to come across, or it was well known when it happened. And a red border is information not many people know. Any text highlighted in purple means I'm not 100% sure if the information is accurate. Hopefully you find this interesting, new fans especially, but just so you know, the majority of the information and audio I'm sharing is from leaks. I'm not sure if this constitutes as fair use, but I hope it does. I'll just be explaining what's going on, showing you some snippets and commenting on them. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets taken down. Gluee Era, Subaru Alt Mix. This is an early version of Subaru which leaked. There aren't all too many differences here, but the main difference is that the outro is unfinished, and overall the mix is slightly different, with a bit less low end. Eversince Era, Invisible OG Mix. Invisible by Bladee and Gluee was produced by Young Sherman and was released on Young Sherman's Eversince V2 in 2017. This version of Invisible is unfinished. Missing Person, Rainworld version. Before Eversince was released, Bladee was teasing an album called Rainworld. Rainworld naturally evolved into Eversince. This version of Missing Person was uploaded to SoundCloud during the time Bladee was teasing Rainworld. The mix of this version shares similarities with other songs slated to be on the album, such as Like a Virgin, essentially a much dirtier, and some would argue less professional mix. This version also features a different vocal take. This is still available to listen to in full on the Drain Gang SoundCloud account. Link below.
Missing person, I'm a missing person. I'm gone, that's for certain. If they love me, I might hurt them.
Sick, Rainworld version. Much like the Rainworld version of Missing Person, this version of Sick features a dirtier mix and slightly different beat. This version was first heard on Season 3, Episode 5 of Bala Club on NTS titled Bladee, Red Light Special by DJ Unlinked CDJs. This mix acted as a launch party for Red Light. Link below.
666 for my wrist, blood on my lips. I can't stand, I must sit. I was broke, now I'm fixed.
Sugar Instrumental. In 2018, the official Instagram account for Fendi uploaded a video promoting their graffiti project, where 8 street artists were invited to the rooftop of Fendi's Rome HQ for a nighttime art performance. This video features the official instrumental for Sugar. Links below. WOD Era. OG file names. Some working on dying producers were hacked, and OG files for some working on dying tracks were leaked. These files were titled with their original file names. D925 was 925, Gatekeeper was Filthy Og, Under Your Spell was Hard TT, Best Buy was Young Way or No Way, Cherry Bracelets was Money Moves, and Sesame Street was Sesame Street Master WOD. I've included this one here as it was recorded around the same time. Anywhere, Rough Draft Blade Goose Oogie. This is a leaked version of the song Anywhere, which was later released on Rift 1 in 2020. This version features rough, un-auto-tuned vocals. This leaked along with Sleepwalk Blade, Rough Draft, Oogie Brandon. The infamous Sleepwalk to the Jeweler leak. We're never getting this. Sesame Street OG Mix. This is an earlier, unfinished version of Sesame Street, with slightly less vocal processing, earlier vocal takes in some parts, louder background vocals, and no Sesame Street intro sample.
I know I can get her anytime I want, but I don't even want her, I'ma roll a blunt. I had to leave, it was getting deep. I drop a stack, guess it set me straight. I'm in the night, make it wait.
Red Light Era. Unfinished leaked version of the album. Not long before its official release, Red Light leaked in full. Whilst most of the album was complete, some of the songs in this leaked version were different from the official release, most notably, For You. The mastering is different, meaning the kick hits much harder. That Thing You Do. An earlier version of the beat with unfinished mixing overall. Decay, a much earlier version with a different vocal take and noticeable differences in the beat. This is the version that was played on the Bladee Red Light special mix mentioned before. Link below.
All alone. Can't pay you anything right now. Give you a loan.
Icedancer Era. Cover Up by Sami Baha, alt version. I've added this to the Icedancer Era, as I understand that it was recorded around the same time. This alt version of Cover Up is the official version of the song which Sami Baha only very briefly had up on SoundCloud. This version features a clean intro. Most people recognize the song like this.
I'll be ducked off, I say low key.
Which is where the song was played in a mix. You can hear the end of another song leading into it. The alt version, or the official version, sounds like this.
I'll be ducked off, I say low key. I hate when they acting like they know me. Cause your lights off.
It has a clean intro. The song's also a little bit further on, and sounds cleaner than the one played in the mix. Side by Side OG version. This is an early demo version of Side by Side without Tyboy. Fuck Sky Final. This is the OG file name for I Chose to Be This Way.
It's actually quite fun, kinda think about it.
RIP Bladee, RIP Rip Squad. This is an extremely early demo version of Feel Like, probably when ideas were being generated for the song. Good Luck Era, Drama, early mix. This is a pre-production version of Drama where Bladee is singing much quieter, likely to get an idea of how the song will sound. The intro is the most interesting part of this version. Into One. This was later named Into One. It's a much earlier version of the song, with a completely different, almost Moomba-inspired drop. Rainbow, early mix, an early version of Rainbow. Pretty similar to the final version, just a bit earlier on in its production.
Take the rainbow road. Put the world on hold for a moment. Watch the world unfold.
Sun, early mix. Much like before, this is similar to the final version, just earlier on. Rainbow, early version. Unlike the early mix version, this version of Rainbow has a different vibe completely. More trap elements are present, and it sounds like Mechatalk's old style. This was likely one of the first songs to be made for Good Luck. The Fool Era, I think. Original music video upload version. When the music video for I Think was uploaded, it used a version of the song with an out-of-tune 808. This was promptly deleted and re-uploaded within minutes.
This is what I really want, it is. I think it mattered so much to me, but it didn't.
Year 1, Bladee Mix second draft. This is an ever so slightly earlier version of Hotel Breakfast that leaked with minor differences.
You know I don't brag, but I'm about to boast. Fabrics on my body, it's a sign of probably. Can't you see I'm leading, rolling like a trolley.
Unused website images. On the webpage promoting The Fool, using a web scraper, you were able to view the following hidden images. Extras. Drain Story in May 2021. In May 2021, the artwork for Drain Story was visible on Apple Music for Artists. It appears the single was originally slated for release after The Fool, and before ceased to exist on the 28th of May 2021, as opposed to being included on Spider in late 2022. Real Spring Early Snippet. This is a leaked early snippet of Real Spring in a different key.
That's pretty much all I've got. Hopefully this was somewhat interesting, and I'm sorry for the terrible AI voice.